Jeff Mesnick here with Cybersecurity Journal. We're here at Black Hat in Las Vegas, and I'm standing here with
Greg Fitzgerald, Chief Operating Officer of Javelin Networks.
Well, thanks for spending some time with me.
My pleasure.
It's nice that I was able to just kind of walk on over here, and Greg and I was nice enough to spend some time with us.
Absolutely, glad to be here.
So what we've been doing over the past 2 days here is now the last day, last hour. Was it a good show for you?
That's been a fantastic show.
Yeah.
It's really showing the difference of all the technologies that are available to help be secure. And it's been a great show for ours particularly, because we're an innovative new approach to how to protect an organization, reduce the overall risk. And people like that. It's not the same old bigger company names. They're looking for something innovative and different.
Yeah, it's a lot of great stuff going on here, so that would be a lot of fun. So one of the things we've been hearing a lot about is, over the past 6 months, a lot of stuff has happened, right?
Yes.
And some people are saying to us, oh, it's really just same old, but we want to know, is it same old to you? Is it something that the CEOs really need to be considering? And what would you tell them?
Yeah, it's a great point. Actually, I don't think it's the same old.
Okay.
In the sense that what people are recognizing is that almost all the major attacks in the past, really 3 years, and especially in the past 6 months, they're dealing a lot with the credentials, meaning the user's credentials. And this is not a password and an email address. This is how the company as a business functions. And in particular, that's frankly tied to Microsoft. Microsoft runs 9 out of 10 organizations in the world infrastructure, and the majority of it.
Right.
The problem with Microsoft is that they look at certain elements of their infrastructure for IT management as a feature when it's in a huge vulnerability or an exposure to the company's security posture. So there's an interesting challenge between business operations and the need to secure the operations.
Right. I mean, we hear a lot where you get an IT manager who goes a little nutty and just says, lock it all down.
Right.
But that really just disrupts the whole business then.
That is correct, yes.
So how do you kind of bridge that gap between the IT manager and helping the business actually function as a business and grow?
It's interesting. So as a cybersecurity company called Javelin Networks, what we are doing is we're taking a look at the business functions that are going on, in particular the use of Active Directory. So Active Directory, which is controlling every asset the organization has. There's a directory of everything the organization has. What's happening is the attackers, regardless of how much is being protected to prevent them from getting on a single machine, they're going to get there some way, shape, or form. So you put up great walls, but it still doesn't help somebody from actually getting in or tunneling under, however they do it.
Right.
Now the challenge is, how do you make sure they don't penetrate the rest of the organization? And unfortunately, in this particular case, the Active Directory is the core asset the company has to provide the business to function. The bad guys, which is why I think it's different, they're realizing, why don't I just use the native applications, the native tools that run a company, and then I will never be detected. There's no defense tool that will pick me up. And so that's where I see the change in the attack methods that are starting to happen now. A lot more acting natural rather than the brute force. I'm going to get in, I'm going to set off all those alerts, but I'm going to take and grab.
Right.
Now they're a lot more sensitive to the fact that they don't have to worry about time. Bad guys don't care about time.
Right.
They care about being detected. And this is a great way to prevent that.
Interesting. So how does you guys specifically support that?
So what we've done is we've taken this concept of deceiving what the attacker is actually looking at, and the perception of that they have of the organization, and making it so the majority of it is false assets. And then when they're on that endpoint, and they touch a false asset, they're exposing themselves that they're present and they're doing activity. And what's really nice about the approach is that we're doing it where the attacker gets the foothold, not after they've already started to weed through the organization. And so what it makes it does for a company, we're lowering the overall IT operations impact for both detecting, chasing down, trying to forensically investigate, then remediate all of that work, which is enormous cost to the organization. Without being a revenue producer, it's actually a huge cost. It's frankly unnecessary.
So you're stopping them before they can go east-west within the organization.
That's correct.
So that's what a lot of people have been talking about today, is like, how do we stop people from going, once they're in, going all over the place?
That's right.
And the workflow there, when you are able to improve that workflow, it actually supports the business as a whole. That's excellent.
It's fun.
Yeah, well, fun is one word.
Well, I like it because I'm starting to see now, I mean, people spend $100 billion on security technology.
Yeah.
So I always ask the question to our customer base, why is it there are more cybersecurity technologies today than ever in the history of the world? Yet there's more successful cyber attacks than ever. Something is wrong. So it shows that the industry is missing the mark on what the attackers are doing, which tells us that finally the bad guys have leapfrogged the good guys again. And then we'll go through a cycle where we're getting it together as an industry and we will beat the bad guys. And then they'll find a way to get around us. And it's this never-ending cycle.
That's right, that's right. So, well, I really appreciate this. This has been great. Very informative.
Great, thank you for your time.
Yep, this is Jeff Mesnick from Cybersecurity Journal, and I'm here with
Greg Fitzgerald, Javelin Networks.
We're signing off from my last video at Black Hat, and couldn't have done it with a better person. So thank you very much. All right, take care.